conversion attempt was the fact that MVP candidate Tom Brady had to rally the Bucs back from an early 14-3 deficit to beat the Giants. Brady finished with 279 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and no turnovers as Tampa Bay improved to 6-2 to retake the lead in the NFC South. So Shannon, give Brady a letter grade for his performance.
Be honest.
Last night.
Well, I told you,
very honest.
I was, as I told you earlier, I thought he was average. I gave him a C. You look at the numbers, Skip, 20 of 48, 279, sacked twice. But he's 4-12 on third down. He missed some opportunities to to get bigger chunk plays, and he was just a little late with the ball. Like I said, he's not used to throwing the ball to Mike Evans down the field. He have yet to get one of those, consistently get those connections, Skip. But I just thought he was average. I didn't think he did it. Even the really great throw that he made, Mike Evans, he made a great throw to Mike Evans. But the touchdown to throw to Gronk, it got tipped at the line of scrimmage, Skip. And hard enough, and Gronk stayed with it, didn't lose, kept his concentration. But I don't think Brady played well. 4-12 on third down, kicked 4 field goals. So for me, nah, I can't give him, yeah, they won the game. But do I think Brady played well? Is Brady still leading the MVP? No, he's third now. He's third.
I think last week you had him 4th, so he moved up a slot.
Well, Aaron Rodgers took back. Aaron Rodgers and what you call him also lost, Derrick Henry. But, you know, Big Ben, if Ben cut down on the turnovers, Big Ben going to creep up there. So right now, my MVP is Russ, my homeboy, Brady, and then I don't care about that.
So now for some objectivity and honesty from this side of the table, because there's no Brady hate over here the way it
just
emanates
love
from your side.
And admiration and infatuation.
It is justifiable admiration for the GOAT, clearly the greatest quarterback of all time. Under the circumstances, he gets a B+ for last night.
What's the circumstance?
The circumstance was his team obviously came out completely flat as a 12.5-point favorite on the road at Giant Stadium, looking ahead to Sunday Night Football when they have their revenge game at home against the New Orleans Saints.
Was he looking ahead also?
Not Tom Brady.
Okay, so I'm talking about his performance. I'm not talking about the team.
He's trying to rise above the team. Could they run the ball last night, Mr. Sharp? Did he have a running game to play off of? No.
Why you need a running game?
They were lucky to have 81 total yards.
You don't need a running game.
Hey, Leonard Fournette was tippy-toeing in there. Like I didn't see him hitting the holes like Rojo hits those holes. But Rojo, right away, there was a tip pass at the line of scrimmage. He caught it, but didn't really put it away. Turned, and Blake Martinez knocked it right out of his hands, and all of a sudden, it's a very short field touchdown for 7-3. And then before you knew it, it was 14-3. And what did the GOAT do in the fourth quarter? He just took the game over. But who was he throwing to? Once again, he did not have his best receiver, Chris Godwin. And in place of Chris Godwin, they elevated the punt returner. Jaden Mickens had 8 targets last night after he had 2 total targets the whole year.
Yeah.
The GOAT is doing it with another guy from effectively Dorchester like he always did with the Patriots.
The reason why he didn't have any targets, Brady didn't throw him the ball. He's in the game, so obviously Brady, they trusted him enough to be in the ball game. He got those targets.
Why didn't he throw 15 targets to Mike Evans? Well,
I guess Mike Evans wasn't open 15 times.
Thank you.
Brady, the one thing we know about Brady, Skip, he's not going to force the ball. He's going to take what you give him. So if you make him check the ball down, you make him throw swing passes, that's what he'll do. He's not going, and that's why it's so difficult for him and Mike Evans to get on the same page. Jameis would force the ball to Mike Evans. Okay, Mike, hey, you want it? Jump up and get it. That's what he would do. That's not Tom. It's hard to unlearn a behavior that you inhibited for 20 years. Brady has really never forced the ball like that. So to get down to Tampa and says, okay, Brady, we want you to force the ball, he just can't bring himself to do that.
Which is why they're so good protecting the football, right?
Yes.
And he's cleaned up their whole act. They only had 3 more penalties last night for 20 yards.
And that penalties hurt the Giants. They had 7.
They had 7. So Giants played inspired. Giants mixed coverages, as you pointed out earlier in the show. They were making it hard on Brady. I thought they doubled Gronk the whole night. They just said, you cannot have your security blanket, but he still got him 3 or 4 big balls at big moments. Yet, could we see in the game-winning drive what happened, why I give Tom a B+, because he rose above a game that a lot of teams would have lost, and right away it's 3rd and 4, and guess who he goes to, if we could see this, please? He goes to little Jaden Mickens, the punt returner. That's a huge throw, and that was a good throw. That was covered. and that's first down. Then they get a holding call, so they're pushed back to 1st and 20, and he hits Tyler Johnson, the rookie from Minnesota, right over the. Ooh, Logan Ryan tagged him. Could have been a penalty, but they said no.
Yeah, it was going to be a penalty.
Okay? And then look what he does. He comes right back, a little play action. This is a rope that he threw to Cameron Brate, the tight end. That was not a penalty, but they got it anyway, so they're 1st and goal at the 8. And he rises up and throws a perfect fade ball to Mike Evans. You said it was a great throw.
It was.
Those all happened right in a row, and that was the ball game right there. That's where they just put the game away.
So we're gonna disregard everything he did up until the final drive.
He threw how many interceptions last night?
No, I'm saying
none.
Skip.
None.
Skip.
Did he throw any balls in harm's way?
Okay,
no.
What happened to 4-12 on 3rd down? Was he not the quarterback then?
Who won the game?
He
won.
We're grading Brady's performance, not the outcome of the game. Brady's performance.
Okay, what did I tell you on one key 3rd down that would have salted the game away because they could have just eaten the rest of the clock? They should have called a quarterback sneak because he is the greatest quarterback sneaker ever, and they called, let's hand it to Fournette. Okay. And he goes off left guard or tackle, and it just gets annihilated.
Yeah, it got 8 up. But okay, but Brady, okay, so that's the one. Okay, they should have did that. Okay, but the other 11 3rd down conversions, what happened then? He had the ball in his hand.
Okay, so 4 of 11, is that terrible? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Giants played inspired. I got to tell you, when you have James Bradbury at one corner, Pro Football Focus grades him the best corner. Jabril Peppers is all over the field. Logan Ryan is just a football player to me. He just makes plays. He knows how to play. That defense is not bad. If you look down the list of all the games that they played, they've held good teams down. The Rams scored a grand total of 17 against them. The Bears scored 17. You look down the list, they beat the Washington football team 20-19.
Right now, I can assure you, Skip, Jalen Ramsey, J. Ram, Gail Moore, Pat P are rolling their eyes, saying, I cannot believe Skip Bayless just said James Bradbury.
I didn't say it. Pro Football Focus grades him as the best corner in football. What's wrong with that?
Skip,
What's not to like?
They
gave him a bunch of money to come from Carolina as a free agent.
See? And, there you go. We think because somebody get paid a lot of money, they got to be good.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Blake Martinez is all,
I like
wherever
Martinez.
the ball is, he's there. His nose is in the ball.
It looked like Green Bay should have kept him.
Okay.
Green Bay